guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. I want to talk about the Cell Max event that is out on both Global and JP Dokkan. It is very difficult. It's going to lead to me talking about a number of things, right? Things I've been talking about for a while. Now, y'all are going to have to forgive me. A lot of this video is going to involve me saying, I told you so, but you have to understand from my perspective, for the last couple months, I'm saying stuff and people are screaming at me about how wrong I am, how dumb I am. I'm too harsh on characters. Like, you know, let's take Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, where I'm saying, like, he's good, but, like, you know, take 2 million off of his damage and give him defense instead, and I think he's a lot better. Because lately, a lot of these characters, while they are good, right, they're definitely not, like, bad. They're just not really capable of really helping that much in events where we would need real help, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we got 670 replies right here, and then we have 42 quotes. Now, I literally just clicked it to see what some of the stuff people were saying, and then I was going to jump in, and I saw this quote, and I was like, all right, I actually want to start with this point. So, one thing you've got to understand as a global player is that the timeline is completely screwed for global players, right? Like, this is a consequence of them just deciding not to catch the damn game up. All issues, like a lot of the global issues, would just literally be fixed if they just caught the games up. I think it would be much better. But one thing you guys got to understand, the 7th year LRs, like, 2 months ago on global, that's cool. It actually hasn't even been 2 months, but they're not 2 months old on JP, right? They're actually closer to a year old than they are new. That's the thing. Like, last year, I think, was a bit of an anomaly where they did not push past UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta basically until the 7th anniversary, right? UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I felt like were still really powerful all the way through. The Cell Max event is now so difficult that I think UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta actually are they're like probably way better in the Cell Max event than even in many stages of the Red Zone. For sure, Evolution Blue Vegeta, it's like that, right? Where the revive can be very effective the same way like PyCon or the androids Ghost Usher mechanic can be. Now this power creep is out of control. Here's the thing with this. This did not sneak up on us. I've been talking about this. People were so confused. Everyone was just crying, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, more matters than just the Red Zone, boo-hoo-hoo, cry, 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 cry. That's not the issue. It is not Red Zone. Red Zone was not the problem, and now there's something stronger than Red Zone. It's the 200% leader skills. They spent years just hovering around the same level. 200% leader skills, you know, you'll get the smartasses in here who are like, it's only a 13% increase, or whatever the damn bullshit they say. That's not the point. The point is that they took a jump, right? They're resetting things. So they're basically like washing out a lot of the old characters. Remember the thing with Tech Ultimate Gohan? I was saying Tech Ultimate Gohan is going to be good until you need 1,000,000 defense turn 1. That's not what you need against Cell Max, but it's pretty close, right? It's like, because Cell Max, when he supers, he's doing like 1.8 million damage. Even guard characters, like, one point that this guy's correct with Vegeta and Trunks, right? Is that Vegeta and Trunks, they are the strongest unit in the game. They're the best unit in the game. And they're even eating, you know, hundreds of thousands of damage from Cell Max's super attack. But this leads to another point I really want to emphasize. Vegeta and Trunks were not released to combat Cell Max. Right, Dokkan Fest Pan was not released for Cell Max. They were released so people could now stomp the Red Zone. Dokkan has done this for years. They have dropped very difficult content. Oftentimes people get very upset. They complain. They cry about like various different aspects. Then they'll slowly drop characters who will destroy it. Vegeta and Trunks to me felt like kind of the bow on Red Zone. They're like, all right, here you go, boom. Vegeta and Trunks, you pull Vegeta and Trunks at 55%, and you could sweep the entire Red Zone effortlessly. 55% Vegeta and Trunks crushes the entire Red Zone without problems, right? Vegeta and Trunks were kind of like the death sentence for Red Zone. And then now we have the next content past it, right? Now, what I'm going to be very interested to see is two things. I want to see what Goku and Cooler are about exactly a week away, right? 28th, we're going to see Goku and Cooler in-game. Are they number 1 and 2 in the game overall by far? I would say it's very likely. At bare minimum, Goku and Cooler, I feel like they've got to be Vegeta and Trunks level. To me, judging by the hype they're sort of building up with this celebration too, with the Cooler rap and all the different promotion, I feel like Goku and Cooler are going to be a clear 1 and 2. Are they designed for Cell Max? I'm going to be very curious to see this. And the other thing I want to see, the next difficult content that comes out, how close is it to Cell Max, to Red Zone, or, you know, other difficulty stages? I've seen so many different takes by people. That's why it's good to do these types of videos, because I can kind of address many different points I see. I saw people saying like, oh, you know, not really a fan of this level of content for free-to-play players. They need to make other content for free-to-play players. It's like, well, they do. The legendary Goku event missions, stuff like that, I hate to break it to you guys, those are piss easy. They're literally effortless, like W's, if you have good characters, right? Infinite Dragon Ball history stages are piss easy, right? Like, keep in mind that Red Zone and Cell Max, this is the absolute cream of the crop difficulty. They don't want people to just destroy these events right away. I think one way they're doing that is sort of like resetting everything with this. One thing that I found difficult with Cell Max is still, there's only a few teams that really are uber competitive, right? 200% teams. That's still an issue even at this point, right? So it's like that is eventually going to sort of like even out as more actual concretely good leaders are going to come out, and it'll be much sort of easier to sort of handle these types of difficult events, right? But I'm going to be very curious to see what things look like, right? So, okay, we kind of went over that. Again, I've been saying that this is going to be a thing. They're going to start putting shit around 200% level, not, prior. Because people were getting too twisted. Like, last year, God Event dropped, and then nothing dropped on that level. And people thought, oh, well, that's the way it's going to be forever, right? That's the way it's going to be this year. But the difference is there was not this, like meta reset with it jumping up to 200% leader skills. That's the major difference, right? And another thing that I'm going to say, I told you so, is about the goddamn items, man. They've been limiting items for many events now. It's obvious. The easiest way they can make these events tough is by limiting items, right? Because items are so ridiculously powerful. This is why I say LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta sucks defensively. Well, more Goku and Vegeta, right? Goku and Vegeta suck defensively, the Super Saiyan 4s. After their guard wears off, and before they fuse in a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they're a fodder defensive unit, right? And it's like, if you're popping like Whis and Princess Snake and these types of items, right, their damage, Cell Max, damage-wise, feels like quite an increase over Omega and Red Zone Broly. But in terms of health, he does have more health, but it's not like he's got like a bajillion more health, right? Like, if you could finish Cell Max off in the same amount of time you could finish off Red Zone Broly, right? It's just the big difference is that Cell Max is hitting, his super attacks are hitting like 600,000 damage higher than Red Zone Broly, and he's double supering, right? So it's like, it's a lot to deal with for sure. Cell Max is actually so hard that there's really only like a pool of like 20 characters that you could cycle through. So you do want to keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff we've got in here. We'll look at the quotes, we'll look at the replies. Boring, extremely hard, but boring. I mean, I have not found it boring myself. I do think the challenge is fun. I know people are gonna. Remember, we are playing a gacha game here, guys. It's a gacha game. They're trying to get you to spend money. They want you to spend money. Right? Like, yeah, like, you're the whale. Of course you're having fun. It's like, well, yeah, I spent the money to max the characters out, man. It's a playground, right? Like, the thing about Cell Max, it's literally a playground against the strongest boss in the game. Now, one thing, right, everyone hates is the 3 limits per day restriction. I saw so many people saying, I like Red Zone, but I hate that restriction. Well, guess what they did with Cell Max? They made them way harder, but they actually there's no restriction. No stamina, no daily limit, nothing. You can do whatever you want to, right? They also made Cell Max a bit more fair in that dodge works. Canceling dodge really cuts off a huge strategy. I mean, they went in the other direction where dodge is basically essential to winning, right? But you get what I'm saying there. Yeah, he's a boss. Int Hercule, yeah, that is true. Int Hercule is like actually like ridiculously good. They designed this stage in such a way where you basically have to be running mono in there, right? Cell Max does have a physical phase, but it's not challenging. It's most characters can just sort of like breeze through it. It's not an issue. So you do pretty much have to run mono in there because he just hits so hard. This is why a character like Namek Goku, I don't think he's not really different after the event comes out. He's the same character he was before. He was always one of the best int characters in the game. The thing is, against this fight, you basically have to use int characters. So maybe Namek Goku's not the best example. You know who's a better example? Just a character that has turned out to be very highly forgettable. People don't really talk about this unit almost at all, right? But I found them to be pretty much just as effective as Namek Goku in here. And that is the Resurrection F Blue Goku and Vegeta, which is right here. This unit right here. This character is very good in there, right? Like, the point is, it's so hard, you're basically restricted to using int-type characters. You have to have type advantage. Even characters like, you know, I don't know, Tech Ultimate Gohan, right? It's like, his guard doesn't really cut it so much. He has to stack up a lot, right? You could use an uber slow team with Tech Ultimate Gohan and definitely get your dubs, but you need a lot of RNG, a lot of good luck. But, like, that's obviously their intention with this event, right? Like, there's a reason they made it like unlimited tries, right? Like, they want you to fail at this. Like, people, I think, get a little bit too upset about failure. Like, you're not, like, you don't have to win everything second one, right? First power spike in 5 years of categories. Yes. Yep, for sure. Rough period for free-to-plays, yeah. It's, yes. That is correct. I think it's definitely going to be very tough for free-to-play players right now. I will say that this is sort of lining up with the strategy I try and tell free-to-play players throughout the year anyway, which is you don't need to be summoning on every shitty yellow coin banner and every Dokkan Fest exclusive. Aiming for the major celebration banners is always the smart thing, for sure. Sucks. Community, we started sucking off the 1% units that are good in any difficult event, only to fade away 3 months later. I don't know if that's correct. Fade away 3 months later. Because it's like, the thing is, the LR Gods and LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they're not auto wins, but like, dude, every clear of Cell Max I see has them on it. Like, every team, pretty much, either has the Gods, the Super Saiyan 4s, or Vegeta and Trunks, right? Pretty much. Those are like the characters that you see, right? And it's like the Gods and Super Saiyan 4s, like, they're not 3 months old. Like, they've been out for a long time. There is a group of characters that really got cucked, such as AGL Trunks, more so than other characters, right? Gohan and Krillin, right? Those, like, characters at the end of 2021 got cucked, but a lot of the premium units this year, except for like Raditz, like they're fine. They are able to do the job that they need to. Yeah, it's, again, Cell Max, that boy hits pretty hard. He hits pretty hard. Not exactly harder than Red Zone, but not exactly easier. Yeah, because it's like, let's compare Cell Max to Broly, because Broly was very clearly harder than Omega, right? Cell Max hits harder, but you can dodge. So characters like UI Goku, Int Hercule, right? Like, these level of characters in UI Goku are actually like legitimate options you can run. Whereas you don't run UI Goku and Chilai and these types of characters against Broly in the Red Zone because you can't dodge, right? So it's like it's similar to Red Zone, but different a bit. I think it's fine. Again, no restrictions on the event. I think is strong. Yeah, new hard event is coming true. As Gresh noted, events may turn into you must have the new units, which isn't a fun possibility. Sure, you must have the new units, but keep in mind that this is still sort of close to the reset of, like, sort of like power creep and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, I guess I've seen people have beaten Cell Max with Majin Vegeta's team. I don't think I've seen a Goku and Gohan clear. The way the event is set up is definitely not good for that Gohan, right? Because it's like you'll get to Cell Max too fast, and then even like that Gohan is not really able to tank him. A lot of the options, such as Tech Ultimate Gohan, EGL Kid Gohan, right? Like, Cell Max isn't long enough for you to really build up effectively with some of these characters, right? Like, I don't know that it's not that you need new units, but you do need some of the best characters, right? Which is, 7th anniversary LRs or Vegeta and Trunks, right? Like, you got one of those three, you're good. But again, I would say I am basically pleading all year with free-to-play players to try and summon on these types of banners, and then people say, I'm stupid, don't tell people to summon on, blah, 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 right? It's like, well, I told you so, man. I'm sorry, I did. I definitely said summon on these types of banners. Okay, so he's saying he did not have fun with it. What is my exact line? How do you guys feel with difficulty? Do you all like it? No, felt that way for a while. Nothing to do about it. I mean, clearly this is the way Dokkan is pushing it, right? I would say that Dokkan, Cell Max probably is too hard, right? He probably does hit too hard. He's too strong. I feel like this is a strategy Dokkan could have done a little bit later down the life cycle. It does not appear as though Dokkan is struggling in any way to where they need to force people to feel like they have to have the new units to beat stuff. But, we'll see. We'll see. Event is a demonstration of how some people try to make themselves feel like great strategists when they have lined up 6 of the 20 or so characters that don't get destroyed automatically and have waited for the game where their luck has been insolent. Yes, I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. Cell Max is so difficult that, yeah, you actually are not beating him without having a good lucky run, right? Like, yeah, it's not... I would agree that Cell Max is not really a testament to skill, but to me it's still impressive to see, the one global guy who beat it with the Ginyu Force team, right? Ginyu, one of the best units in the game, and still is one of the best units in the game. It's just he so happens to be one of the strongest AGL characters in the game, going up against the new hardest hitting boss in the game, who is Tech, right? Remember, I don't think that, like, Ginyu, AGL Golden Frieza, AGL Full Power Frieza, maybe AGL Kid Gohan, they're not all of a sudden ass units, right? And meanwhile, it's like, oh my god, Namek Goku, he is top 5, right? Int UI Goku, he's now so good. I don't know, who's another Int character? Maybe like Int Vegito. Oh, Int 3rd year anniversary Vegito is top 5, right? Like, it's like, just as that happens, the strongest boss is Tech, right? So Int units are up right now, AGL units are down right now. It looks as though the Cell Max event is going to have another stage added to it. And, if Cell Max is STR, all of a sudden, AGL units are on top again, right? And then physical units are in the mud, right? So expect those types of things to happen. Let's see what else we got. Fun on the moment, but frightening for the future of the game. Yes, but let's see what Goku and Cooler look like. I am very curious to see that. Plenty of mechanics to event / available for boss fights to make them harder without only touching numbers. Sure. I'm not gonna say that's wrong. But, like, I do feel like no matter people call it artificial difficulty. Like, I still think that's just the stupidest shit in the world. And I feel like people will bring up this artificial difficulty point no matter what they do. Limit items, limit the type of characters you have, a limit for use per day, increase the boss's stats. All they did with Cell Max is increase his stats, basically. And people will say artificial difficulty. I feel like they'll just throw that line out. They're just, they just don't like it. They're salty. And they'll just throw, like, that line out all the time. QTE. What do you mean? Like a QTE event? Like Resident Evil 4? Specific barriers, crit for bosses. I will definitely give it to Yoshiro right here. That, yeah, they could do interesting stuff, for sure. Like, I did enjoy, like, the Super 17 fight in the red zone, right, where you just couldn't do Ki Blast Supers at all. I enjoyed that quite a bit. For sure. I like they definitely could be more creative with some of the stuff. I'm not gonna say that's wrong. Okay, mostly a fan of the event. Only problem with it is you can only bring a Senzu. No problem with them limiting the amount of items you can bring, but I don't like they're starting to limit which items you can bring. I mean, yeah, I get it, but I guess the response is there's no limit. You could do the event like as long as you want, right? Like, it's like I feel like the item limiting is more of an issue if there was a limit on it. Like, if they were really limiting like that, which they're not. Terrible design. First 2 phases should be much better defensively than they are. I do agree. Can I pull up his stats? think I can. Let me actually, I probably should have had these up ahead of time. I just want to, I want to pull up Broly, Broly's HP. I want to pull up Omega's HP. And I want to pull up Cell Max's HP to make this point. Because I do agree. The first two phases are very easy, but let's not pretend like you can just sit there and whack on them all day, because you cannot. Let me also just pull up Cell Max real fast. It's Luca, Dokkan, and Raspy. They make these here. Let me see. Where is Cell Max? Because I know Cell Max's final phase has got 60 million HP, but that's not actually the point we're looking at right here. So, okay. Cell Max has 32 million HP before his final phase. Let's see what Broly and Omega have basically before their final phases. And Omega's right here. Okay. So, Omega has, what, basically like 71 million HP before his final phase. And then Broly is at a similar number, right? Right around there. He's at, what is it, like 63 million? And then Cell Max is at 30 million. So Cell Max, like, he has half the HP leading into the final fight that Broly and Omega do. So, Cell Max, he goes down very fast. Very, very fast. Damage reduction, 58%. Damage reduction, 63%. Oh, yeah, 64%. 66, 66. 64, 67. Yeah, okay. So, it's like he's even got lower damage reduction. What about his actual just defensive stat? 45,000, 60,000? Yeah. Like defensively and shit like that, he's just lower across the board. HP, defense, damage reduction, it's all lower. Okay. Broly is fun, Cell Max isn't fun at all, is what this guy says right here. Again, I agree that they could have made Cell Max's first two phases just a little beefier. I think more health would have not been an issue. Dislike what a son the community made everyone turn on Tech Gohan. Well, here's the problem for... I am a huge Tech Gohan stan, defender. I promise you, they do not want Tech Gohan around anymore. 2 years of him being a god in these events is not what they want. They definitely don't want people running 2-year-old units completely destroying like red zone level bosses and stuff like that. So like that certainly is what the devs want, is for Tech Gohan to be the hell up out of here. Different type of team builds and units compared to before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's mostly true, right? Like, you're not really using the same setup. Well, I was going to say compared to, like, Broly and Omega. I say that, but many clears for Cell Max are, like, the same clears people would use for Broly and Omega, right? Like, these, like, teams of the LR Gods and LR Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that. Makes you think about how to utilize certain characters' strengths even more than Red Zone. Eventually, they can release similar events with another type for other units with different typings, yeah. One thing I will say, okay, there's another thing I want to pull up right here. The easiest way to see this is the Thieving 6 Dokkan Wiki. Let me give that a shout right here. I want to point out one thing I think Dokkan erred with this. So Thieving 6 has his wiki right here. I think he has a link to Cell Max right here. Yep, here we go. Okay, here's the problem with Cell Max that I don't like. Is his super attack type. It is an other, right? So, when they introduced LR Tech Gogeta, they split it up. Originally, the game didn't have super attack typings at all. Then, when EGL Super 17 came out, they created Ki Blast. So, there's Ki Blast or not Ki Blast. Then, when LR Tech Gogeta came out, they split it into 4. Ki Blast, Melee, Weapon, and Other. The problem here is that Cell Max, let's be real, he's doing a melee attack. Like, it's like, come on, let's be real. He should be doing a melee. Kid Buu, Tech Gogeta, Zamasu should be able to utilize their nullifications and their counters and stuff like that against Cell Max. I think that's stupid. That's like that. This is the one thing that I don't like. This should have just been a melee attack. And you should have let because then Kid Buu all of a sudden is a little bit more interesting. LR Fusion Zamasu is a little bit more interesting, right? LR Tech Gogeta, finally, would be able to make use out of that nullification of his. I can't imagine anyone disagreeing with that. We all would want to see that. And that would actually, like, you know, they toss on a, you know, melee nullification, and it literally doesn't even matter. I've gotten Kid Buu's nullification like once ever. I've gotten Gogeta's nullification. I might not have ever gotten his nullification outside of doing it for a showcase, right? Like, it's stupid how limited those are. And they had an easy, like, example. Like, you allow us to do that. That definitely makes it a slightly easier, but it's not like, oh my god, it's free now. Where I'm Jimmy, Mr. Free to Play, and I easily beat it thanks to the fact that he's doing a melee. Like, it's not going to work like that way. It's just going to make it more fun. I really think they need to change it back. I think Key Blast or melee. Like literally, it's so simple. The first hit that the attack, is it melee? Then it's melee. Is it Key Blast? Then it's a key super attack. That's all they got to do. And I think that would work out much better than the way they currently have it set up. We'll look at a few more. I've been ranting and raving. Should be slightly easier than Broly and Omega. It's a little unfair for global since, yeah, again, I'm sorry, global players. Truly, I am. But, like, the global timeline, dude, I just want to say, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, global is not the consideration here, right? The correct way to view this is from a JP standpoint. People are going to get mad at that, but it is what it is. Right, remember, LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is not a 1-month-old unit. He's 7 months old, is actually how old he is, right? Red Zone did not come out, 3 weeks ago. It came out 7 months ago, right? Like, this is where, okay, when they do this, they're releasing something on Global and JP at the same time. It creates this right here. Because it's not, like, Global's not getting things correctly, right? Global didn't even really experience Red Zone on the same level that JP did, because you guys already had Ginyu, you already had Cell, you already had Goku and Gohan, right? Who could destroy these stages, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, I still maintain they got to catch Global up to GP. Like, just do it, dude. Like, there's no reason not to. I definitely could sense a lot of excitement around this Cell Max event. Even, like, the views on my videos and others is obvious. People were enjoying it. But it's like, I like where the community is at when stuff is dropping on both versions at the same time. I think it needs to just be a permanent thing. Both versions need to be caught up. Tie between, I think Cell Max is harder. He just hits so much harder than Broly. But, like, Broly, you can't dodge, right? All these characters that could dodge, you could win. You just have good luck, right? You just dodge every hit, you win. You beat Cell Max. Potential to lock. I haven't really encountered his lock to be a huge issue myself. I have seen it, KO others. But remember, I mean, they give you the Senzus for a reason. Senzus can heal the lock, so... you could heal up with it, or you could just, fix the lock that he puts on you. It does not feel like it requires much skill. I mean, okay, we're gonna throw out skill. Here's the thing about Dokkan's skill. For the most part, I feel like Dokkan's skill, is it not just, like, knowledge of the game? That's what Dokkan's skill equates to. It's, okay, like, a rotation plays out in front of you. Let me just pull up one of my videos. I might make this the last point I'm gonna make, and then we'll finish up. But I feel like for Dokkan, skill correlates basically with knowledge, right? Like, okay, here, let me pull up, we'll pull up my Cell Max vs. Pan video right here. So, like, let's go deep in here. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's take a look at this rotation right here. So, no, from prior experiences doing this event, I'm well aware that Namek Goku here, while he is a strong option here, he could get one-shotted by a super attack. I've had a Namek Goku that supered, 7 or 8 times or something like that, take about 600,000 damage. If you guys see, that's more health than we've even got. Chilai has a 70% chance to dodge. She's giving us a scouter. We know the super attack is there. I know Pan cannot survive these attacks, so it's like, skill, again, is just sort of knowledge of how these things are going to go out. How much damage is this character going to take? What ability does this character have? It's just sort of knowing this as the turn plays out, right? Knowing if I put Pan in slot 1, we die. If I put Namegoku in slot 1, we die. We have to rely on Chilai. That's this turn right here, right? So it's like, that's why, like, it's like, people are saying, oh, the event doesn't require skill. It's like, yeah, but, like, I don't, that's, skill, listen, man, y'all get the win, whatever, it's skill. Like, I don't know what to say, like, with Dokkan skill, because it's like, dude, it's a turn-based RPG, essentially, right? That's what we're doing here. So it's hard to say, right? Like, it's like, just knowledge of which character can survive in which situation and make that happen is, I guess, my sort of interpretation of Dokkan's skill. Yes, it's not 3 runs per day, true. There we go. Yeah, unlimited retries. Again, it's a playground. It's an infinite playground that's always going to be there, probably. Here's our goat. Look at this man. Oh my god, is he good? Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah, that's it, man. The god, Hercule. Just use him. Oh, okay, here we go. I hate it. Like Gresh said, the fact that this event beats the shit out of Vegeta and Trunks makes 7 years look like a joke. Especially for global players just had their anniversary. It looks like Dokkan's going down a have the newest unit or you die like Legends. Sure, but again, you could definitely pretty easily win with just like the gods and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm saying, like, we're looking at this from a JP perspective here. Those units, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the gods, have already been around twice on JP, right? They did not just come out. So, this sentiment right here, and it's funny, Goresh is a global player, right? Like, this is like a global perspective of this, which, I mean, is certainly fair, but I've always said, like, most of the time, like, they're not doing stuff from the global perspective, right? Like, they're definitely throwing global bones with, like, okay, here's Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku as a global first and stuff like that. But, like, you guys if you've been around for years with this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Like, we were not born yesterday. What is this follow-up here? This is just a super hard event, doesn't get touched for a while, like LGE, it could be good. Yeah, I mean, it's a little, it's hard to say for sure, because again, we are in the first sort of, like, meta reset we've had in 5 years with 200% leader skills. Like, is this event just going to sit there? Or, like, you know, in 2 weeks, is there going to be even harder fight than Cell Max? Are Goku and Cooler designed to completely stomp out Cell Max so that people summon for them? Like, there's a couple more things I do want to see before making, like, a final judgment, right? How we just got the Red Zone. See, yeah, again, Red Zone is 7 months old, man. Again, Red Zone is closer to being a year old than it is to brand new, right? Now we get another massive power creep. I don't know if I would say that Cell Max is like a power creep over Broly and Omega. He's just harder. Like, I guess, I mean, technically, like, what is the definition? Does power creep have a definition? Can I search this up? Let me just type in power creep. How about we do power creep definition? Let's go ahead and see. Like does Cell Max apply to this? Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. The gradual unbalancing of a game due to successive releases of new content, leaving the older ones underpowered. Okay. Then yeah. I guess, sure. I guess this is definitely describing Cell Max, right? Like, although, okay. But wait. But here's the thing: leaving the older ones underpowered. Like, everyone gets a giggle. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But I would argue, LRU 6th anniversary, you know, released on January 30th of 2021. UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta. They're probably better against Cell Max than they were against Broly and Omega. No, UI Goku was really good against Omega, but he was literally unrunnable against Broly. I actually did see a couple of no-item runs against Broly using Evolution Blue Vegeta. I don't recall seeing Evolution Blue Vegeta used against Omega at all, right? So, like, they had some limited uses in there, but against Cell Max, people are using the shit out of those two. So, see, even this, like, it's like, you know, we had difficult content, Red Zone, another difficult content stage, which I would probably argue is harder. But, like, UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta characters who are closing in on 2 years old are better in the newest hardest content than they were in the hard content iteration before. So, like, that's an important distinction to make, I think, right? In fact, it's only one stage 1 worries. But yeah, there is going to be another. If you guys have not followed, there is going to be another stage to this. Because the title says, like, oh, you cleared stage 1, and then you could look at, like, the fact that the stages are numbered, which they only do for events that have multiple stages. if Dokkan goes the Legends route, it could kill the game. I mean, I do mostly disagree with that. I feel like it's like Dokkan is what it is. It's where it's at. I don't know that this is going to kill the game because Legends is like not dying. Legends is PvP where it's literally like, yeah, you have to have UI Goku, Dragon Fist Goku, Ultra Vegeta, Ultra Gogeta, or else you're gonna get your face kicked in by them every match, right? And Legends is not dying. Legends is, according to them, according to Legends itself, they're doing the best they ever have. So, right. Wait. I think it's what is this? What is it? A taco? A chocolate taco ice cream? Whatever, man. It's a perfect difficulty on JP. I agree. Struggled quite a bit on global with what I consider a strong box. Took a couple of hours. Yeah, but you still beat it day one, right? Personally, I found it refreshing having content that kicks my ass, gives me motivation to spend my stones wisely and bust my teams. Right, again, this is... No global players were crying when Ginyu was dominating the red zone. They were, you JP players just suck. It's so easy. This is so easy, right? But then now it's in reverse, right? Where it's like, Cell Max event basically comes too early to global, and everyone's like, well, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's like, nah, man, like, you got, it's both ways, right? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to finish up here. I am going to say that the Cell Max event, I do like it. But again, I'm very curious to see what we're going to see from Goku and Cooler. Are they the flat-out undisputed best two units in the game who will completely dominate this event in every single way? We will see, right? Like, are they going to continue doing difficulty content like this? Or are they going to leave it at Cell Max difficulty for a little bit, right? It's hard to say. But keep in mind, characters who just came out, Tech Pan, Vegeta and Trunks, I feel like they were designed to stomp Red Zone, not Cell Max. I saw many people say, oh, we're done with the Red Zone. We're looking towards the next difficult content. No. Vegeta and Trunks and these characters were made to put the bow on the Red Zone. Now that the Cell Max event is out, now I think we would see characters more so designed for that. So let's see what Goku and Cooler look like in about a week. Let me know more of your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. I love you, global players, by the way. Don't twist my words, man. Yeah, I love global.